set the scene as we get started here. So, Mary, you're on.
Right. Imagine yourself sitting listening to the radio in the 30s and 40s. This is similar programs such as The Shadows, One Man's Family, and The Great Gildersleeve. This story takes place at Newport News, Virginia Naval Base. The title depicts the eternal triangle, a story of love, murder, and intrigue. As the curtain opens, the Admiral is sitting at his desk writing a letter to his wife. There is a revolver to the left of his writing pad.
My dearest Jennifer, there are so many things I want to say but don't know where to start. Our careers went in two different directions. As I look back 20 years ago, you and I at the top of our class at the Naval Academy, the papers and the media had a field day. When we announced our engagement to be married, the world was ours and nothing could go wrong. You were headed off to the intelligence section, and I was off to an aircraft carrier at sea. As I remember the headlines, the beauty was going to the intel section, and the dashing young pilot was going to fly jets. We were never apart from each other, no more than 6 months at a time. Our rapid advancements in rank, you a general and myself an admiral, we were the royalty of the military. Somewhere along the way, things went astray. Who was to blame? The publicity? The absence of being apart? Who is to say? Our careers took off, and we never looked back, but something was amiss. Was it the long absences from each other? Was it the adventures of the service? Did our love for each other fall apart because of our love and devotion to our country? There was something missing in our lives. We both never made an attempt to reconcile our personal lives. Lizzie popped into my life a few years ago. I never experienced something like this in my life. She made me feel alive, something I never felt in my life. You had no idea what was going on because you were so involved in the intel community that nothing else existed. Lizzie became pregnant, which made her happy. I became disillusioned with becoming a father, and I talked her into getting an abortion. Unbeknownst to me, she kept the baby.
As he writes, he pauses and has a flashback on what transpired up to this juncture in his life. The general unbuttons top 2 buttons of her shirt. Entering the cold room, she notices there are 3 messages instead of 2. Reading the first one, she sighs. Smiling at the second one, she places it in her bra and opens the third one. It is from her operative pertaining to her husband.
So you take me for a fool. I've been suspicious of your possible amours, and I suspect there are more than one.
Re-entering her office, she notices an envelope on her desk marked classified and a text message on her phone.
You are really a horny bastard. He's a hunk, blonde hair, blue eyes, a non-com and one of my operatives. He's definitely a fox. You will pay. Remember, I'm an expert shot. Although I wouldn't blow your brains out, I'd be tempted to aim below the belly. Two can play this game.
Meanwhile, at Lizzie's apartment, we find Lizzie pacing back and forth. Lizzie is boiling mad. The more she thinks about it, the angrier she becomes. She's full of vengeance. Retribution is the only thing on her mind.
Lies, lies, lies. They were all lies. Oh, honey, you're the only one. She means nothing to me. The best one was, you're coming back to me. I would have believed him if I hadn't gone to the officers' club that night. There they were, gazing into each other's eyes and holding hands, and finally leaving arm in arm. That was proof enough for me.
Brad throws.
No, yeah,
Oh, shall I write Jenny a letter? Yes, that would do.
Lizzie throws Brad clothes out on the front lawn in the pouring rain. His Admiral outfit with the Admiral outfit with all the stars on it. And another knock on the door, and the general proceeds to answer it. Opening the letter, she reads,
Dear Jenny, we have been friends for many years, but what I'm going to tell you, I fear, will end this friendship. We have gone on many vacations together, Brad, you, and I. On one of those vacations, Brad and I became more than just friends. We started seeing each other. This developed into more, and Brad and I had an affair for more than 2 years. We have this beautiful baby. Look at the picture. She has Brad's eyes and nose, and she looks just like him. I have recently broken up with him. He will explain to you, and he will have to explain to you. I know this letter will hurt you, but I thought you should know. Your ex-friend, Lizzie.
Brad enters the house to find his wife sitting at the kitchen table.
sit down, dear. Sure, yeah.
The Admiral notices a change in his wife's demeanor. Jennifer takes out the file, opens it lying in front of them.
Did you have fun? You two-timer. You think I didn't suspect? I wasn't born yesterday. You keep saying you love me. Yeah, right. How many others have you said this to? You're a real good-for-nothing bastard. I'm waiting, Brad.
Brad approaches Lizzie's apartment and finds his clothes in a soaking wet pile. Especially, he's annoyed at his uniform, his dress uniform, with the medals and stuff. He turns around and drives off the base to a nearby lounge. He goes into the lounge, motions to the bartender, and the bartender draws a drink and puts it in front of him on the bar. He pulls himself into a chair, into a stool, and sitting next to him is the sergeant from the intel section of the base.